We are gonna light some fires with this video. Yes, I'm addressing it. The Disney deal. Now, some people have made their minds up about this debate already, and it's disheartening me slightly. If you didn't know, we really don't know about the future of Doctor Who. Mainly because Disney gave it a 2-series order, and we don't know whether we're going to get more Who. And as I've implied, everyone is very down in the dumps and genuinely seems convinced that Disney aren't going to re-up the deal and we're going to lose Who. But today I want to offer a new perspective. That was funky. God, I love transitions. Because I am going to be completely honest and say that I think the future of Doctor Who is a lot more bright than people think. And here's why. Firstly, Doctor Who will continue without Disney. Doctor Who is a massive brand for specifically the BBC. Like, no, for Disney it isn't, one of their pinnacles. They've got ruddy Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, The Muppets. Yes, The Muppets should be included in this list. Go watch some Muppets content on Disney Plus and tweet Disney and go, oi oi Disney, give us more Muppet content, thank you very much. But for the BBC, Doctor Who provides a lot for them. Like, it's the most expensive thing they make, but in terms of, merchandise and licensing and being a big flagship show, Doctor Who is their thing. It's their bread and butter. I just think in terms of the money you make, the BBC aren't getting rid of this. But I think by saying that, I'm skirting around the point. Because that implies that the BBC wouldn't cancel it even if Disney isn't willing to be their co-partner anymore. But I genuinely believe, and I could be wrong, but I do believe that Disney will stick this out. Which goes against what a lot of other people are saying, but I feel like I want to throw my 2 cents in. Because people are so stressed about the lack of current scheduling for Doctor Who. How, we know there hasn't been any filming and, we won't know about any new filming for a while. And I think one of the big points that people are missing is that we knew that was going to be the case 2 years ago. We knew, for example, that they were going to commission 2 series, see what those 2 series were like, and then decide whether to renew or not. So therefore, of course, they wouldn't be rolling cameras on a Series 3 because it hasn't been renewed yet. And yes, I perfectly accept the point that if Series 1 had done brilliantly amazing buffo business, then yeah, they would have done the renewal and we would have kept going. But just because, Series 1 didn't blow anyone out of the water, that doesn't mean it's definitely going to get cancelled. In fact, I would argue the show is further along than you might think it would be. Series 3 scripts are all done, according to Russel T Davies, and there's even been some thoughts ahead to Series 4. For a show that hasn't technically had for a show that hasn't had renewals for the scripts to be written, that's a positive thing. I also think people are ignoring the big obvious. Well, another big obvious, because the first point is quite big and obvious. The war between the land and sea. Now, Doctor Who can't be doing that badly if spin-offs are getting commissioned. Look, they've made an entire new spin-off. And don't tell me this isn't a Disney thing, because Disney have literally put it. There was some leaked, promotional stuff from the things, shows that are coming out for them. And War Between the Land and Sea is a Disney co-production. Disney is involved as well. I also think with Disney, yes, it's not, blowing anyone out the water with, these amazing, big, massive viewerships. But it's not going to. People expect Doctor Who to have, for Disney Plus, the viewership of their Marvel and Star Wars shows. And it never was that. And it also doesn't have to be, because yes, the budget has increased since the Jodie Whittaker era, but they're not suddenly, you know, spending like 200 million on a season like they are with a lot of their Star Wars and Marvel shows. They are adding in a little bit of extra budget, which is being co-financed with the BBC. This isn't a big, dangerous investment for Disney, and I also think it does help them monetarily. Because I think outside of the UK, there are a lot of people who wouldn't be signed up for Disney Plus, but being a Doctor Who fan, they want to watch Doctor Who. I feel like that's a big vertical and a big reason to sign up to Disney Plus. So when you're comparing viewership figures, which, yeah, are probably a little bit lower than they'd like, but still, they are still pretty damn good, don't get me wrong. You've also got to compare that to the money. There are people who will buy a Disney Plus account just to watch Doctor Who. That's where you're getting the genuine money and the genuine return on investment. So look, let's be honest, I might be wrong. I will hold my hands up and go, James, you naughty git, you might be incorrect. But I genuinely think we need to have a little bit of faith and a little bit of patience. We just got to keep watching our silly police box show and it'll all sort itself out. Doctor Who will be fine. There will be a series 3. And you've also got to realise we don't need to panic, because I genuinely think they've done War of the Land and Sea. It'll come out later this year. And then, yeah, that might mean that Series 3, you know, because of the timings of filming and stuff, you know, we might have to wait a little bit into 2026, a little bit longer than we want to, before we get it. But that isn't a problem. It's going to be fine. War Between the Land and Sea will bridge the gap. We'll have a Series 3. Pardon me. War Between the Land and Sea will bridge the gap. We'll have a proper Series 3 with Disney. Everything will be fine. Stop being so ruddy negative. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Gosh, series coming out pretty soon now. I'm excited. Renewal. Renewal is the word. Oh, renew the brain. Regenerate the brain.